What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. I hope you guys are ready for today, cause holy crap. Guys, today's comics are freaking phenomenal. To start it all off, we're picking up with the Ultimates issue number 14, and they are starting to turn it up. This is the introduction of Ultimate Scarlet Witch and Ultimate Quicksilver. Now, as this story picks up, we pick up with our new Hawkeye and Captain America. They currently sit outside a Roxxon facility, this place having guards everywhere. And so Cap's got to assume that they knew they were coming. As they sit and observe, Hawkeye, he wants to go in. He wants to fight. This is something that they've done 100 times over. And just being a few armed guards, he doesn't see the issue in just initiating the attack. Though Captain America wants to hold, he wants to observe. Hawkeye releases an arrow. This is what takes us to a meeting with all of our head industries, the CEOs of all the big companies. We have West from Alchemax, Justine Hammer from Hammer Weapons. We have number 1983 from Advanced Idea Mechanics, the Scientist Supreme. And then last but not least is Midas, here as a representative for her father. And right now, what they're discussing is their loss of earnings. The fact of the matter, the Ultimates have been a thorn in the side. They have been attacking their facilities all over the world. It's costing these guys millions and billions of dollars. And it doesn't appear that anybody's gonna stop them. So Rex from Roxxon Energy, he believes he's come up with a solution. This is when Rex says to send her in. With the doors opening up, we have the arrival of Emma Frost. And we learn that Emma Frost, she runs a school, what she calls the Frost School for Wayward Youngsters. So it appears that mutants are still more active than we would think. Not just the Resistance, not just what is going on in Ultimate X-Men. While we believe that most of mutants have been rounded up by all of Omega Red and his forces, it appears that we have some that are working in the shadows. And this has been hinted at for quite some time, but now we're seeing it in full-fledged action. We're seeing that mutants are in America, and not only are they in America, but they're also kind of thriving. This is where Emma Frost projects the fight that is currently ongoing. You see, Captain America and Hawkeye, they walked into a trap today. As Emma Frost says to begin the operation, everybody watches. We see that Captain America and Hawkeye, they took down all the armed guards. They did it in under 20 minutes. Now at this point, Hawkeye's gotten really cocky. They have won battle after battle. They've been winning a lot. This is putting a lot of confidence in them, but also complacency. And as Captain America goes to say this, he goes to say, maybe this was just lucky. This could have been an ambush. But before he can even finish saying ambush, Captain America disappears. Even if you had kept your eyes open and not blinked, you probably wouldn't have seen it. Playing it back at 1 million frames per second, this is where we see him. We see Quicksilver crashing into Captain America, moving at 4 times the speed of sound. The real operation has begun. This is where we see from behind Hawkeye, Scarlet Witch. Now you will notice that this is kind of a teen Quicksilver, a teen Scarlet Witch. And so she doesn't have a full understanding or grasp of her powers yet. With Emma going on to explain that when Wanda's upset, bad things happen around her. Unlikely things, equipment malfunctioning, slip-ups, freak lightning strikes. And it just keeps getting worse and worse. Emma has been training the twins ever since they were able to walk. Ever since she found them in an Eurasia lab, bred like dogs and living just like that. With Quicksilver just beating the crap out of Captain America. Hawkeye unable to do anything to Scarlet Witch. This fight looks like it's pretty much over. Quicksilver starts to do his little victory lap, running circles around the both of them. At this point, Hawkeye and Captain America find themselves back to back. And at this point, he's realizing, like, everybody around me, they're just kids. They're kids playing soldier. But at this point, he doesn't have a choice either. He tells Hawkeye to blow the pipeline. As Cap uses Hawkeye, jumps into the air, and knocks Scarlet Witch out of the sky. He's able to take Wanda down, and this is something that they didn't foresee. Quicksilver being very protective of his sister. He stops playing around and he goes in on Cap. This time he's not pulling punches. He beats in Cap's face, and at this point it looks like they're screwed, with Hawkeye shooting his arrow. Quicksilver continuing to run in circles around them. We see that Quicksilver has a flame that is coming off of him, and as he moves at what Cap believes is Mach 3, Quicksilver can't hear anything that he's saying, as that crude oil spills all over. Cap knew how to take down Quicksilver. Quicksilver is building up heat as he moves, and he's not dissipating it. Everything that he touches burns. And so as that oil falls down on him, we see Quicksilver burst into flame. His friction shield is going to protect him from most of the heat. It's why he doesn't even bother to dodge it. But the fire is going to burn up all the oxygen right out of his lungs. And with him set ablaze, we see Quicksilver drop down to the ground. This is what takes us to DaCosta. This is our Black King, head of the Hellfire Club, and now mass murderer to most powerful people in the entire world. As we see Emma Frost standing over all the dead bodies of the CEOs, the Scientist Supreme, Rex, Justine Hammer, all of them are dead except for Midas. Emma says that they all had intentions of turning, all with the exception of Miss Midas. All of them had plans on taking DaCosta down. Emma Frost plants the evidence that is going to link the deaths of all these CEOs to the Ultimates. And when Miss Midas is asked why she was left alive, Emma says that you all nursed fantasies of displacing DaCosta, but only yours showed any promise. That you show some creativity and potential. So despite what your father says, why don't you be a good girl and do exactly what I tell you, and I'll teach you how to take over the world. Picking up with both Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, both of them unconscious. Hawkeye and Captain America now have to wonder, what the hell do we do with them? Because taking prisoners has never really been our thing. But these two kids, these two weapons, they aren't something that we can just leave behind. And that is where this issue will end. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. An absolutely fantastic issue. And this plays out pretty much how you would expect it to be. Now, Emma Frost is really taking on the role of Charles Xavier, which I freaking love. But she's done it in the most Emma Frost way. You know, we all know that Emma Frost can be kind, she can be loving, she can be compassionate, but rarely do we get to see that side of her. And that is because of the world she grew up in, the things that she had to do to make sure she stayed alive. And in this world, I can imagine it has been no different, probably even worse for her. So any remnants of good that may have been in Emma Frost is kind of been smothered out, all in lieu for survival. But with Miss Midas, she killed all the CEOs and she lied to DaCosta. She said that Miss Midas wasn't planning anything, though all of them had plans. Miss Midas is the only one that Emma believes plan might actually work. It appears that Emma has grander plans. It appears she plans to take over the Hellfire Club. She wants to be the White Queen. Now, if that part of the story isn't good enough in this comic, we have Scarlet Witch and we have Quicksilver. They make their debut into the Ultimate Universe, and man, is it fantastic. And this fight goes as you would expect it to, considering both Wanda and Quicksilver, they're teenagers. They look like they're, 13, 14, 15 years old tops. That means they're arrogant, they're cocky, they're inexperienced. It doesn't matter how much training you have. When it comes to a real-world situation, you're put up against a vet like Captain America, you're more than likely gonna lose, even if you have vastly superior weapons on your side. And that is because of ego, because of arrogance, because of making mistakes. And in this case, the Scarlet Witch has no idea how to use her magic. Her magic is more operating like on random, sporadic chaos than actually controlled chaos. So Scarlet Witch can do some damage here, but she doesn't have control, which means she's not nearly as powerful or as dangerous of an adversary as she could be. In this situation, Quicksilver, he's the one that's truly dangerous. We see that at the end as Captain America's face is just freaking wrecked, dude. Just absolutely disfigured. But it's his cockiness. It's his arrogance. It's his acting out of emotion. All of this came into play and is the only reason that Hawkeye and Captain America were able to walk away from this situation. But now that they've been taken down, Captain America wonders, what are we gonna do with them? Does Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver get added to the roster of the Ultimates? Or is Doom gonna have to create a little prison to keep our little twin monsters in a cage? Let me know what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your theories. If you want to get caught up on everything that is going on with the Ultimates, go ahead, check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It's going to get you completely caught up on everything that is going on with this series. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. Much like Patreon, having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50 from loyalty badges to comics every single month. Not only are you helping out the channel tremendously, you're getting tons of perks in the process. Now, if you're unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.